巫女のしようこそ。巫女のお米がゆさほうじお米はまたさようならあなたのゆ
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. So the first thing that I want to cover is what we just did with the rice and the Divine Child. I did it once before when we first met the Divine Child, and I don't think I explained it. So, in order to progress the Divine Child's ending, which is the ending that we are going to be picking, there are certain criteria that needs to be met, and the first one is that you need to get rice from her 3 times. Now, don't quote me on this because I can't remember, but I get the rice and I immediately eat it every single time. I think that you can't have rice in your inventory when you go to talk to her. She won't give you any more, so I just eat it right away. Makes it simpler. Now, the reason... that's rice number 2 that I just ate right there. And the reason that I went to her right away is because once you have the flower from the ape, to get out of that little valley basin thing, you do need to teleport out. So since I'm teleporting anyway, I may as well teleport to the Divine Child's place and get more rice. Now, it's not as easy as just resting at a sculptor idol and then going back to get more. You actually do have to teleport out and come back in order to have that reset. So we're just going to do that as much as possible. So now we're going to continue on our way towards this spooky dooky cave. And this is actually also an important piece that we require for the Divine Child's ending. Now again, I did mention I'm going to be completing all criteria for both the Divine Child's ending as well as Emma's ending. I'm going to call it Emma's ending because you deal with Emma. And we'll be getting most of that stuff done in the second chore episode that I mentioned earlier. But what's important to note is I am going to do all of them when we get to the very end of the game. We will have the choice between all 3 endings, and I'm just going to be picking the Divine Child's, but I'm just showing you how to get to all of them. And here's where we first need to use our Puppeteer Ninjutsu, which is one of the 2 times that I'm going to really use Ninjutsu in this entire run. So there's a snake, and if you weren't aware, we are going past a snake this whole time. Now, that snake is guarding a shrine, and in order to get in there, we need to Puppeteer Ninjutsu that monkey, and the monkey will jump up there, and it will provoke the snake into attacking it. This lets us run in and grab what we need. And it's, you need to do that with the monkey, otherwise the snake will just destroy you, you can't really get past them. So yeah, so that's the way you're supposed to be doing it. And we get this dried serpent viscera. Now, later on, this is much later, when we're dealing with the Divine Child, we are going to need to give her a persimmon and all that crap. But then she's going to ask us for 2 things that essentially look like persimmons, which is these serpent viscera. And so we just got the dried, and we still need to get the fresh. We are going to get the fresh eventually, but the reason why I also do it in this order is because there are 2 ways to get to the Ashina Depths, which is the area that I just came into. One of them is from I believe the Ashina Dungeons. You take a leap of faith, and then you can grapple to safety, and you can get here. But because we are doing that Divine Child ending, it's a lot smarter to just drop down further into the Poison Valley, go through that cave, deal with the snake, and then grab the dried serpent viscera because we need it anyway. So, we're coming back to the Ashina outskirts.
Oh, あの時の旦那じゃねえか。アシナの城では世話になったな。俺はここでしばらく居候さ。仕入れたネタの整理も必要だからな。旦那になら商いもするぜ。どうだい?
If you do not recall, this is the merchant that we saved way back at Ashina Castle when we killed all the samurai and Ashigaru that were around there. And the reason we came back here is because we want to buy as much stuff as possible and get his healing gourds. Because as I've said it many times, and I'm going to say it again, the only 2 things we care about are prayer beads and healing gourds. So we're just going to grab that and continue on our merry way. And we're done with him forever now, because I don't care about anything he has left to sell. So we're just going to quickly teleport out, and we're going to turn in all of our gourd seeds to get it as high as possible, because I do want to have as many gourd seeds as possible for the next boss fight that we're going to deal with. So we're just going to quickly visit Emma. She'll have a bit to say to us, and also we'll turn in all the gourd seeds that we have. I think I have 3. Perfect. Hey, Emma. What's going on?
お主に尋ねたいことがある。
はい、何でしょう。
城の裏手の桜についてだ。
床桜のことですね。タケル様が故郷より持ってこられた桜です。
つまり宣教の桜か。
はい。あれは不思議な桜で、春に限らず常しえに咲いておりました。ですが床桜の木も花ももうありません。枯れてしまったのです。
何故枯れた。
枝を倒り花を持ち去った者がいます。花をなくした床桜はやがて枯れ果てました。床桜の木そのものが失われてしまったのです。
Perfect, so we're set up as we're going to be for the next part, and so we're just going to go there and deal with it. Now, Emma does do a talk there about the Everblossom tree, and that will get resolved later on, but all we really need to know is that Lord Takeru, when he came from his homeland, which, spoilers, I believe is the Divine Realm, he brought the Everblossom with him, and while it is essential for reaching the Divine Realm for us, unfortunately someone, who we will find out later, cut off a branch, and by cutting off a branch, they murdered the tree, and the tree died. And so we have no way of getting it. Dun dun dun, or do we? But that's not important. For now, we're just going to be really sneaky. Here is the second mini-boss of the Gunners, and she is extremely annoying. Mostly because, as you can see in the background there are a lot of firepower mortar gunners. So we're going to sneak up on her to kill one of her health bars, and then we're going to try as hard as possible to push her into the far corner as quickly as possible. At risk to ourselves and, yeah, getting shot and beaten and crying. And dying. Ideal. Perfect. And now I'm just waiting patiently to make sure that guy turns away. Good. Now, it looks fine because you're like, oh, there's only one guy there. That is not true. There are actually 3 people in there that you can end up triggering. The other 2 are further up on the cliffside. And they do not care who they're shooting at. They just like firing off their guns. Which means if they do see you, they will lob giant mortar strikes just into the area you're fighting, the snake eyes. And while it does deal friendly fire damage to her, it's very minimal compared to the damage that you will be taking. So the best thing to do is to just try not to aggro them and just hit her in the corner. And so that will get us a nice prayer bead. We're all happy, joyful. But instead of continuing on, we're going to jump up into this cave. Super sneaky, super secret. Perfect. And we're going to do some really nice wall jumps. And we are going to get ourselves a very small reward at the top over here. On top of this Buddha head is, I believe, another prayer bead. And so we are going to grab it. Perfect. And we're just going to go back and explore a little bit further down the cave and see if there's anything intriguing there for us. I don't believe so, but better safe than sorry. Well, I found myself, a monkey. And a giant monkey, if you can see him right there. Spoilers. Ow. Monkeys, please. Please die. Perfect. So that is, spoilers, the next boss. It is quite literally the same boss that we just killed. Now, obviously I don't want to go deal with him right away because I'm missing one of my resurrection orbs. So I'm just going to quickly run back to the sculptor idol, and I am going to, obviously, rest. So I'm at maximum potential damage output and healing for the upcoming fight. Now, the way that this fight works is, spoilers, for some reason, I don't remember the lore reason why, but the centipedes that are found inside the monks at Senpo Temple, the centipedes that we saw when we fought the ape the first time, they are what leads to immortality. But, like, not good immortality, like our immortality. Also, we're going to upgrade prayer beads quickly. But immortality in regards to, they essentially, it seems like they get taken over. So really creepy and gross. And it turns out the only way to actually be able to kill the centipedes and, kill these fake immortal people is by using the Mortal Blade, which is what we got from the Divine Child.
何にやられた。おお、ザル。首が。
Now, don't quote me on this because I don't know. I don't remember. I've never actually had it happen to me. But I believe if you don't have the Mortal Blade at this point and you kill this ape, if you do come back later, the ape will be alive again because you don't have the means to actually kill him forever. So he's pretty much just the regular headless ape that we fought for the second half of the last boss. But what's important is that once we kill his first health bar, he will summon in his mate, who is just a regular monkey. And she is not super strong, but she is very annoying. And as I've mentioned many times, my weakness is that I'm really bad with multiple creatures. So this is going to be one of the only fights in which I'm using all of my Shinobi prosthetic spirit emblems. And the whole reason I'll be using it is because I want to kill that ape as fast as possible, because once the ape is dead, then you can just focus on a regular fight like this again, just with the monkey. Just him and I, one man, against a monkey. Also, I feel like 3 of my hits there just didn't register. Thanks, hitboxes. Be my friend. Hello, yes you suck. Yeah, you're terrible. Oh my gosh. Terror is probably the worst thing in the entire game. Yeah, just do a lungers. Yeah, thank you. You know, you're so nice to me, Mr. Monkey Man. Perfect. There we go. Phase 1 done. Now he's going to run off and he's going to summon that other monkey. So this second half is going to be real rough because the whole reason I went and upgraded my healing gourds at this particular moment is because I know that this fight for me right here is going to be extremely rough, very ugly, and just not pleasant to watch. So the first thing I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to make sure to throw every single one of my shurikens that I possibly can at this monkey. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but when you're throwing, you know, like 17 into her face, it does something at least. Now, if this were like a regular, like Dark Souls game, for instance, or, you know, Darkest Dungeon or something, if we killed the mate, it would then cause the headless ape, or the guardian ape, to rage and, you know, become enraged and deal a lot more damage. Luckily, that's not the case. So we can kill this ape with impunity, not having to worry about any potential problems. But yeah, so we don't care about taking hits here. Honestly, we have, you know, double the our resurrections, but more importantly, just we want the female ape out of here, and we're just gonna, for the most part, jump away and ignore the other ape until Guardian Ape obviously smacks us in the face repeatedly, but that's okay. Come on. Nope, slowly, come on. Almost, there we go. Perfect iframes. Nice. Thank you very much. Okay, Guardian Ape is dead. And now we can focus on the Guardian Ape. Now, if I do recall correctly, if you don't actually kill the female ape and you instead just focus on the Guardian Ape and kill the Guardian Ape, I think the female ape just disappears after he dies. So if you want to do it that way, by all means, go for it. I'm not going to tell you how to do a fight. Do it yourself. But yeah, now we're just back to pretty much literally the exact same fight that we had for Phase 1, where all we need to worry about is his head lunge, oh my gosh, his head throw, or is it a throw? Whatever, you know what I mean, the terror. But yeah, he's a bit of a joke now. We're stronger, he's weaker, we're better. And because we now know that he's alive, we will be able to use our Mortal Blade in order to permanently kill him forever. Kill him dead. And by that I mean you don't do anything special. Just when you do your Shinobi Execution right here, it'll give you the opportunity afterwards to use your Mortal Blade to kill the centipede. If you don't do that, he will come back. So you just need to make sure that you do it. See, there we go. Mortal Blading. Now this will permanently kill the immortal centipede thing that he is infesting you. There is actually a mini-boss that will appear here afterwards in this cave. I'm not going to fight him because he doesn't give us a prayer bead, doesn't give us anything. It gives us, I think, a permanent sugar, but I don't care about them. And it's one of the... it's either a headless or it's one of those floating mage guys that deals a lot of damage. The only reason you end up fighting them is if you've never fought them before and you really want to. And honestly, the only way you really need to bother fighting them is just a damage race. You just pop a Divine Confetti, go in and smash them in the face because Divine Confettis deal so much damage, and then reapply anytime it goes down. Perfect, just gonna rest, and this is gonna head us into the super secret Misty City. But first, we need to figure out how to climb up this area. There we go, perfect. And we're gonna meet a good old friend of ours. Unfortunately, we also start getting hit by these purple ghosts. You'll recall these ghosts from, like, the purple enemies from when we fought the See No Evil, Be No Evil, all the evil monkeys. Now, from what I know, you only end up seeing these guys if you have the Mortal Blade. So if you do not have the Mortal Blade, then you won't see them, they won't appear. Which, if for some reason, that's something you're really concerned about, then don't get the Mortal Blade. But at the same time, you're kind of wasting your time if you're coming down here without the Mortal Blade, because you will have to fight the Guardian Ape again.
行ってしもうた。すぐそこにおったのに。お主。おお、忍び殿か。聞いてくだされ。それがしはついに見申した。女の僧者でござる。遠目にもわかる。美しく、だが儚い様子の。ああ、呼んでおるのはわしなのか、尋ねるのじゃった。つい聞き惚れておるうちに、すっと霧の奥へ去ってしもうたわ。そういえば、父上から霧深い隠し里のこと聞いたことがござった。忌まわしい里ゆえ、決して立ち入るでないと。だが、今はどうでもよい。さて、この先はなんとも濃い霧の森を、あの女僧者のもとへ行くにはどうしたものかな。ああ、霧の奥であの調べが呼んでおる。
So that is, I believe his name is Jinzaemon, and he's the guy we met at the aqueduct, and he is still following the sounds of music that he's been hearing this whole time. Now, you did see that we had the opportunity with that conversation to send him to the dungeon for Dojin's questline, but as I've already mentioned, we're not doing that. So we are going to finish Jinzaemon's quest, and currently we are headed to the Misty City, or village, or whatever it's called. Also, oh dear, I fell into the mist. Now it's time. Now I die. Yeah, hello ghosts. Yeah, no one likes you. You're a ghost. I'm not. I don't want to be a ghost. I want to get out of here. Stupid rooster. Yeah, that's your fault, rooster. I saw you. Don't pretend I didn't. Oh my, come on, please. Please, not like this. Let me out. Thank you. My goodness. Perfect. So that Buddha monk there gives us our mission, which is to go and kill the man in the temple. Spoilers, he's not a man, he's a Misty Noble. And he is currently a guard that is stopping people from being able to enter the old village that resides down here. Now, if I recall my lore correctly, the divine realm has, giant waterfalls and its lake, and the divine waters, which have, played a prominent role in this whole situation. And that water flows down through to that temple, or not to the temple, sorry, to the village. And so the people who resided in said village would then go there and would drink from the waters, and slowly the waters should, if they're pure enough, then transform you to such a degree that if you succeeded, you'd be able to go to the divine realm. And so the divine realm is essentially supposed to be accessed from this village. So they don't want anybody there, obviously, because they hate us, and we hate them. And by that I mean there is a record of us going to war with the residents of the divine realm at some point, years and years ago. And so the way has been shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it. The way is shut. That's a Lord of the Rings reference, you're welcome. But more importantly, we're not there to go to the Divine Realm just yet, because spoilers, we don't know how to get there. But we are going to come down this way, and we are in fact going to pick up a stone, which is an item that is necessary for when they used to send, I don't think it was Nikos, I mean Nico as the term is very different, but essentially brides, they would send brides up to the Divine Realm. And the brides would then need to have, the stone, the committed stone that we are going to find. So for now, we're just going to run through here. We're going to kill this mini-boss. Again, he's just another one of the drunkards. I think there are 3 of them throughout the entire game, and so that was number 2. And it's going to give us a nice prayer bead necklace. We're all going to be hunky-dory. And we're going to go fight the hardest boss in game. And by hardest boss in game, I mean the easiest, as in he's a joke. So yeah, so this is the backwards path you're supposed to go into in order to get to the temple and fight the boss. You just pop around there. Very easy once you know what you're supposed to be doing. And so we're just going to run along the tree and enter through the top of the temple. And here we find a Misty Noble who plays his flute, or whatever it is, that makes the mist. So he has 2 health bars, one's dead, and then we can fight him for the second. Man, wasn't that a hard fight. Wow, there you go. Bam, dead forever. So by killing him, we have lifted the mist, and we have gained access to the hidden village. And so I just need to find out how you actually get out of here. That looks promising. Nice. Hooray. Yeah, this is the right way. Perfect, figured it out. And now we can progress on our journey. And we get to do a giant, big, fun drop while getting shot by shurikens. Because once more we have to fight more of those. You can see them right there, the purple, are they ninjas? I don't know what they're called. They're the guardians for Ashina, I believe. But yeah, so we're going to kill them and just drop down into the city. Now, I believe at the bottom of this drop here, there is a merchant, and I think this is the merchant that will sell you the purple gourd. And if it is, it's probably the one gourd I would encourage you, if you ever have extra money, to buy. Just because being able to have the purple gourd to, increase your terror defense and also reduce your terror buildup while you're doing certain fights is very useful to have, probably more than any other. And unfortunately, when I did do the drop down, I did trigger this leg ninja. And as we all know, I hate leg ninjas. But he's not super bad, and we can just, kill him and be on our merry way. Anytime, sir. Perfect, there you go. Goodbye. Nice. So, here's the merchant. Yeah, so he has the purple gourd, but of course I'm broke beyond belief. I spent all my money on that one gourd seed just a little while ago, and that's fine. So we're going to rest at the sculptor idol, and then we're going to head into the village. But that's all for here. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.